I'm so glad we made it back to the car.
Yo,
bro,
we just had a moment.
We just parked in the worst parking deck ever in our life. We are in Boston.
What's up, man?
We are exploring.
That's what they call it?
Beats. We're walking around a hotel to see what they have to offer. We got to see the rooftop pool. It was on like the 5th floor. It had really great views.
Nice little restaurant.
Yeah, it was really cute. When we were at the rooftop, we saw this couple, and this guy was running out of the pool because it was freezing.
The pool was supposed to be 82 degrees.
He said it was like 40, so I don't know. But we're about to go see the gym. Hey, Drew.
Yeah, what we got going on over here? Whole gym in this joint.
This gym is beautiful. I mean, and then you have a great view. You gonna show them how it worked, the machine? Hey, with the Timbs on and everything. You didn't even check the weight because he liked that for real. He said, I don't even care what the weight is. I'm gonna do it.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It's easy. I can even do that during one arm.
Okay, let's try it.
Nah. I whip your head, boy. And here I whoop. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I have never in my life ever been to a gym in a hotel that was this beautiful. Generally, when you go to a hotel, they undercut the gym. Like the gym is just like this little room in a corner where they put a couple of machines. But clearly, I mean, if you guys can see the reflection, how many treadmills there are in here alone. And I just want to show y'all, if you forgot your headphones, they have headphones for you in case you need them. So, LOL. And then there's towels and everything that you need. Definitely a beautiful gym. What would you rate this gym?
I'll give this joint an 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
Huge.
11 out of 10. Hey, hey, hey.
1 hour later.
So we're back, we're showered, we're moisturized.
Hey, man. It's lunchtime.
Yes, we are very hungry. I only had a croissant and a pear in the car. We are in a hotel room, and funny enough, a lot of people think when we go away that we have a whole bunch of plans, and generally we actually don't. We look very busy, but we never really plan stuff, and I learned that from Drew because he is all about like living in the moment. And I feel like a lot of times when you go on a trip, if you have everything planned out, if you have everything, you know, picked out, it kind of makes you unable to be in the moment at times because you're rushing.
If you go to the city, you got to be a tourist of that city. Mm-hmm. So for us,
oh wait,
like,
do I got the wrong shoe on?
Probably. You got your right on your left.
Not probably.
But whenever you're in a city, like, it's important to just live in the moment. So if you show up, if you're feeling tired, take a nap. If you get up and you hear that something's going on and it's outside of your plans, try it out. You gotta go to Bourbon. What's the spot?
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk and Bourbon. See, I don't even know what it's called. I just know it's got good food.
And it had the best stars. Everything. I don't know what's up out here. Maybe y'all are very judgmental in Boston. I'm not really sure, but nothing seems to have more than 4 stars. Mm-hmm. And we don't generally eat at places that have less than 4 stars. Mm-hmm. Doesn't need to be the fanciest place, but it needs to have 4 stars. So we gonna see. This place has a flat 4.
Did you show them the view?
No, I didn't. We gotta open the window.
True.
Oh, this is a view from our room. We're pretty high up. We are on the 17th floor. We're pretty high up here. It looks like there's some water. I'm not quite sure what that is, but again, this is a seaport, so clearly there's sea nearby. Yeah, it's a beautiful window. Let me take a step back so you can stand there. Stand there. So they can see how big it is with reference to your height.
Drowning them with the waves, too.
Ooh, I just walked into the suitcase. But here you go. You can see how big the window is. It's very beautiful. Our bed is over here. Can't wait to take a nap or sleep in that.
The thing that I'm most surprised about with this whole thing is, like, we're up north. We live in Jersey, so we're going up towards Boston. And the fact that it's not nearly as cold is like something that I'm really grateful for.
We are currently in the hotel lobby waiting for our car to come.
I feel like I'm in a mansion.
Isn't the artwork cool? Artwork. And then there's just like people just checking in over there. Pretty cool. I had my hair down and I decided to put it up because I really need to wash my hair and it feels very oily, sidebar, but yeah. It is freezing. My ears are cold. We're walking in downtown Boston. Woo!
So we out here, man.
Freezing. Oh, that guy was singing. They're like protesting over there. But it is a little chilly. Woo!
Such a millennial.
Gas station. Gas station. Yeah. Gas station.
To park in the vans.
So glad we made it back to the car. Bro,
We just had a moment.
we just parked in the worst parking deck ever in our life. We had got locked out of the parking deck. I couldn't even record it because it was just freaky. We were on this floor that had us in a cage.
It started when we first got there.
We were on an elevator, and you know, like the floor that's starred is usually the main floor you're supposed to get off on. So we get off on that floor. Why is that floor no cars are on the floor? And it's like a cage, like literally it's locked in. We can't get out on the floor. We're like, what the heck? So then we try to get back, and the button that goes up on the elevator does not work. And the door that lets you out says emergency door. Alarm will sound.
So we think, should we go up the steps? But if we trip up this alarm, you know, we ain't from here. We don't know what's gonna happen.
And so the guy that was on the other side of this cage was like, go down. So we go down, and now I have to walk up this. It was just too much. And just now we actually opened the emergency door, and it was going off in the entire parking deck.
It's crazy.
I'm sleepy. We've been up till 5.
Tired, but she like in Boston. She thought it was gonna be super cold, but we here.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. Today is the day after Valentine's Day. I am not feeling the 100% best. I think I was fighting off a cold towards the end of the week with the kiddos, and I feel like I'm still having some of the symptoms. We wanted to go and find the Martin Luther King statue tribute. So we went to the public garden, which is where they have a lot of historical figures in American history. They have tributes for them. So I'm thinking like we're really about to see Martin Luther King, you know, looking like Martin Luther King. And it was like an arm and a hand of him and Karate King hugging or embracing. And there was like a small little blurb on like a stand kind of explaining how Coretta and Martin Luther King met in Roxbury, I believe it is, Massachusetts, which isn't too far away from Boston. So and that's where a large Black community is. So it did have historical significance for them.
Roxbury.
It has historical significance for them being there. But I thought that, you know, as an African-American woman, as an African-American man, if we're going to highlight the historical figures, why not reflect the historical figures in the same capacity as you've done the others? This is... Don't walk fast. I want to show the floor.
But there are shuttles going. If we don't get the shuttle, it's like a 5-minute walk there. Yeah.
Not 1 acre.
Nah, I really need to see this place.
Well, I'm gonna just record this with her. His mom owns a spa because I want to show each artwork. I would argue that the worst part about Boston is the parking. First of all, these parking decks have very low height. Literally, look, I'm touching it. It's very low height, and the parking is expensive for it to be like not, and it's very tight. Like, that's not our car, that's somebody's random car, but they have it super tight and it's low ceiling. I'm like, what in the world? And the parking minimum is like $45 for 1 hour. Lobster roll.
Feel like we in London right now.
What other option? We are back in the car, heading back to the hotel. Nobody's staying in the hotel.
We're staying at a resort.
Just kidding. You know, we were walking and we got a chance to like kind of walk around and see the North End area. Yo, why do folks have their legs out like it's not cold? Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
This side
note. Flip the camera to show that somebody is wearing a skirt with
their legs out,
stockings.
No stockings, just raw dog in the air. Just a raw dog in the air.
Somebody was wearing a polo too,
with no coat,
no jacket, just chilling.
Charles Schwab, our bank. But anywho, we are driving back to the hotel. The sidewalks are completely clear. The road's completely clear. Yes, there's snow still around, but it's not like huge mounds of headaches like you would think. Well, like what we see in New York.
So one thing we noticed at the hotel that we're staying at the front desk, when you go right outside, like right outside of the lobby, it's obviously really cold, about 30-degree weather. But they have some heaters installed above. So when you're waiting, or if you're the valet man, he's not even wearing a jacket. He's wearing just a regular straight up suit and being able to stand under heat all day. And I think that's something that is great to do, because if you have workers and people are complaining about how cold it is, imagine having to stand outside all day in the lobby to welcome folks. Like if you're a valet man, you standing out in the cold. He's not in the cold.
Before I was complaining about how expensive the parking is and things, and it is true, it is valid, it's still expensive. But I'm seeing that the cities are able to take that money and obviously put it back into the city in ways that's probably making for it to be much cleaner, more well maintained, because they obviously have the money to be able to do that. When I say clean, it's nothing like New York. New York City is dirty. Obviously, many people know the smells are crazy, but out here it's much cleaner.
But what's tough is like when you talk about infrastructure, the money is supposed to go towards the infrastructure, like the roads, the sidewalks. But in Jersey, we pay high property taxes, and we're not seeing it. We pay really high property taxes, probably some of the highest in the country. So why can't we get the snow plowed or get the sidewalks? So clearly, I'm not
somebody
saying I know Boston,
ain't doing something right.
It feels like there's obviously corruption in every city, but it feels like we got a lot more corruption going on up our way.
I feel like it's corruption, but I mean, it doesn't have to be even corruption. I feel like it's a lack of agreement. At times, sometimes it's literally just a lack of agreement of people not understanding the objective. And I feel like specifically where we live, we have so many diverging views, which is fine, right? It's great to have differences. But sometimes if we're not able to just all align of like, if our objective is to keep our city clean, if our objective is to make safe walkable conditions for people, trains, everything like that, if we're not on the same page and we're just wanting to argue, that's why things don't get developed and upkept.
About East Orange, West Orange, and Newark, they did say they swim
corruption.
In that bread.
Yeah, corrupt friend who we're going to be hanging out with later, and hopefully he'll be able to show us more of where the black people have.
I'm genuinely grateful to actually be able to travel, because y'all seeing us like going everywhere, doing everything, but a couple years ago this wasn't even possible to do. You know, I remember when we was eating chicken wings in Costco every weekend, you know, just trying to like save our bread, getting out of credit card debt, doing all those things. Like, it's a blessing to be able to experience these things, but it wasn't like it was just built like quickly. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. And being able to see the fruits of our labor from the foundation that we built years ago, you know, when you go back to 2022, 2023, words can't even describe like how I'm feeling about just being able to be free right now.
Yeah, being in the space now to be able to enjoy a city, enjoy a weekend and not have to be home is a beautiful thing. I remember crying, you know, when Drew had to say, hey, we can't do that this weekend, or he had to cancel certain vacations that we wanted to do, and literally crying, thinking like, this is the end of the world. I'm never going to be able to enjoy stuff like this. And so to be here now, it is beautiful. And be here now and not even like be worrying, be here now. Because there's times where like you can go on a trip and like you can physically be there, but like if you can't afford to wine and dine fully and like get to choose wherever you want to eat, wherever you want to shop, wherever you want to go, it's kind of like, a pointless trip in my opinion, because it's a stressful trip. It's not the opportunity to fully relax, but for us, like, wherever we want to go, we'll eat there. Whatever activity we want to do, we will go.
Even I'm trying to think, like the parking, like we paid probably about $200 in parking, and I'm not advising people to do that, but the fact that it's like, all right, it is what it is, versus like, oh man, we can't do anything now. Like, it's a blessing to be in that.
Going on vacation, but having to eat at the chicken spot. No, I'm eating my lobster roll.
Experience. So, fellas,
I ate my lobster roll.
Stay down. And if you're telling your lady, stay down. To the women, listen to your husband.
Like, move up.
All right, listen to your husband. If he's like, we gotta stay down in order to have the life we want to have. We're living proof that you really can do that.
You can.
Seriously.
All right, we back. We got to give our card to the concierge.
A few moments later.
We are in our robes. We are going to the hot tub.
And those streets, I'll tell you what. Here I can tell you it's summer and V. Yeah, no, it's right there. It gets right near there. Maybe I'll walk you to do it.
In honor of the Boston Celtics, we got that green on.
Green. Elevator here. We're going to eat and we're walking downtown. We took a little bit of a minute to find a parking spot. I told y'all how to park in. But we're with our friend Herb. He's over there talking to Drew. I don't know if you guys can hear me on this audio because I don't have like a mic or anything. But going out to eat. And supposedly it's like jazz or something. I don't know. We outside.
I like that chin too. Awesome. This is for the vlogger.
Black boy joy.
Do that again.
At my niece's birthday party, a whole bunch of Haitian food.
So we are back
We here, man.
after eating at Grace by Nina. It was really good food.
It was like
Which one was your favorite?
the ribs.
The ribs were good. The catfish was good too.
Mm-hmm.
Crab cake, not like Maryland.
They don't do it like Maryland. I'm, a little spoiled because growing up in Maryland, like we got the best crab cake. So,
But yeah, we're about to wash my face off, take a shower, and lay down. We are about to leave the hotel. We have everything packed.
happy Monday, y'all.
How you feeling?
This is one of the first Mondays in a while where like we don't have to get up at 4:30 a.m. rush to go to the gym. Like, it's just good to be able to relax, looking out, seeing the seaport, and knowing that we still have a full day off until all the crazy emails and the phone calls come ringing in for me, and then you not having to get up and rush to the train or rush to drive to work.
Originally, I'm not gonna lie, when Drew was saying we should come, I was like, but being here, especially, I'm gonna take a seat, especially like when we were at the pool and we got to like chat with some of like couples and families that had children. There is something about just going away to a hotel, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours away. It doesn't necessarily need to be in like a nice weather place. But it's just the change of scenery, the change of air, the change of community. It is nice to break up the monotony of like your everyday week. Exactly. And you usually wake up on the weekend, you might sleep in, whatever your weekend routine is. Breaking up that monotony is healthy for your mental to be able to then go back and feel like, okay, I got a real break. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes on the weekend, your Saturday and Sunday, you don't go to work every day, but you're still in the same environment. You're seeing the same walls, you're seeing the same bathroom, you're seeing the same streets. Yeah. Yeah, and
Same
so
food options.
yeah, and so like going and stepping out of that zone for just a little bit can be all you need to kind of like feel refreshed. It doesn't necessarily need palm trees, even though palm trees are great.
Right.
You know, just a change of the environment is something that's
Yeah.
healthy.
Our generation, we love traveling because we're just always searching for something new, and it is healthy. The highlight could be this Omni Seaport is a beautiful hotel. But I guess it would be like the fact that although it's cold, it's not super cold.
I think that newness factor makes it feel not as cold, because I feel like for us being back home, we see the same snow and it's like it's cold, but then you also see that same lump of snow. Like, when is that snow going to leave? Favorite part so far of the trip, that buttermilk and bourbon. Let me give buttermilk and bourbon its flowers, okay? That restaurant, if you come to Boston, you need to go to Buttermilk and Bourbon. You need to go to Buttermilk and Bourbon. It was so good. I mean, honestly, all the food we've had here. Grace Barnea was good. It was good. They had a very talented, like, musicians playing. It was a nice vibe. One thing I love about all the restaurants we've eaten at, except for Polly's. Polly's was great, but you can tell it was one of those places where you just go and grab your lobster roll and dip. But one thing that I loved about like all the places that we've gone to, they really pride themselves on the aesthetic. So like there's no restaurant that we've gone to where like you're like, oh, and mind you, we don't mind eating at a hole in the wall, but like every restaurant, they really perfect the design, the aesthetic, the layout.
The city itself is just clean overall.
Yeah.
Restaurant or not, I just think it's a clean place. We like going places where people don't normally go to because it actually feels like coming.
Oh,
it actually feels like a vacation.
Here. Our bellhop is here coming to pick up our luggage. Oh, by the way, if you saw me dozing off, I was looking out this view because I'm like, man, we're going to have to say goodbye.
So you guys enjoy crab cakes and yeah, but I mean if you don't like
Ready to eat? Hello, so it has been exactly 1 week since our trip to Boston. So we wanted to do our Boston takeaways. Drew, take it away.
So for me, I would say the takeaway that I have from Boston as a city is clean, it's beautiful. I do like the way that like they're taking care of the city. Parking sucks. You know, if you're going out Boston, it's definitely a wealthy city. Like you definitely want to have some bread to be prepared for parking and all. But the food quality, despite how people may think like it's super cold, they do make sure that all the places are clean and warm, heated. You know, like when you go into restaurants, when you go to places, there's no shortage of heat when you get inside. So definitely resembles London. I can see where we take a lot of the infrastructure and try to mimic what happened or what was built in the UK. But just a beautiful city.
I definitely would love to explore it again in another season because it's a walkable city. It's a place to be able to really enjoy like scenery and views and restaurants and probably other things that we may not even know because we couldn't see because we were just so cold trying to get into some warmth. So certainly definitely willing to go back there. The commute was a little bit tricky, so it's also about the timing. That's something we did not talk about because we didn't record our drives, but we drove there and back. The drive in the morning was very easy. We woke up at like 5. I think we hit the road like 6, so it was a very easy drive to Boston from Jersey. I think it took us maybe like 3.5 hours, very similar to going from Jersey to Maryland, so it was not bad. But going back home, coming back home, was a headache. Getting through Connecticut, getting through, you know, the whole Westchester, Hudson Valley, then getting in through the city itself to get to Jersey. There was so much traffic, and we left Boston maybe at like 3 p.m. So we really hit the traffic head on. It was the weekend, but it was still like, it was quite the drive.
I would say travel tip, really though. The travel tip, like if you leaving early in the morning is the best. I know some of y'all don't like getting up early, but if you get up early in the morning to catch an early flight, or if you're doing an early drive, it's easy. You get the whole day. Boston is an underrated city, is what if I was to describe it, like it's an underrated city, and I feel like we're gonna be back in the summertime for sure.
Well, on to our next adventure. We are on the road, so we're on to our next adventure. So I hope you guys have a good one, and thanks for watching.